Welcome everyone, I'm JP.
And this is Big Guy.
This is Pack and Draw, where we open a pack and then draw one of the cards later. So let's see what we got in the pack. Go ahead, Big Guy. Hopefully we get something good, right?
I can feel it. Fletchling, Wimpod, Grimer, Clink, Ducklet, Dartrix, Melmetal,
Yep.
Psychic Energy, Powerful Normal Energy, Swirl Rock, Sidini.
All right, so I'll let you pick first. What should we draw here?
How about we go with... Kind of want you to go with Wimpod.
Okay, that sounds good. So we're going to do
Something new.
Wimpod, so let's get drawing. Welcome to the drawing part of the video. Here we have Wimpod, basic Pokemon. So this is going to be a little different. I'm going to be drawing it by myself, but Big Guy's here. You want to say hi?
Hey.
So he'll be giving some commentary, just kind of some thoughts.
Yeah.
So this is original drawing. Most of the time you see Wimpod, it's kind of relaxed. It doesn't move. I actually have mine moving a lot.
Yeah, it looks like surprised or it's like attacking something.
Yeah, so it's like I still want it to be underwater, so I'll have some kind of some debris and bubbles popping up. But as always,
Yeah.
there's a lot of detail on the face, like a lot of different lines. So I'm just going to work left to right. We always kind of talk about wanting something to be a little bit more cartoony, so you make the outer lines thicker. But that's just this type of approach. By all means, it's not the only way of handling it. So with this, I'm kind of like emphasizing certain parts, or I'm creating some extra parts in there.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I'm going to go to 03. No, not that one.
Not that thin.
Yeah. No, 01. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely thicker for like the mouth and stuff in here.
Yeah, normally when I do it, I don't have an 08, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally I was thinking of doing the Wimpod, but when I saw the pose, I knew it was
It's a little
far off.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy.
Yeah, I originally was thinking of doing it because I thought it would be simple, but.
Yeah. So I'm using
pose.
Yeah. That's a little tricky in there, and I'll get the bent parts in later, but I'm just kind of
make it look more like 3D.
Yeah, to show the 3D bending. So with the pencil, sometimes people can see it, sometimes you can't in the video, but all these pencil lines are kind of going through it.
So, but like you wouldn't actually like use the Sharpie or on it, so.
Yeah. So before I go too far, I'm going to work on some of these in here, and I can make it thicker, some of the elements in there, and I can make it thicker later if I want, as far as if I feel like it's too pronounced. But there's some detail in the eye that is definitely could be interesting to see how I
handle it.
Yeah. We always talk about like confident strokes. It's not too bad. What do you think?
Not bad. Yeah, that's the one thing I normally have trouble with, the eyes.
The eyes are very difficult in a lot of these.
Yeah, I'm normally, and I also a lot of times struggle with like how I like straight lines. Like a lot of times with these like markers, when we do it, it's like bumpy. Like sometimes I'll get like a bumpy line and then like have to like go over it a lot and to make it straight, but then it's like thicker, so.
Yeah. So even that feels like like the marker's almost too thin.
Yeah.
But
because it goes from like being pretty, like the thickest you can get it on the outside to pretty thin.
Yeah. I almost don't like using that 01 too much. I'm like it's starting to bend the tip of it.
Yeah, it's like super thin.
Yeah, I have a slightly.
Yeah, mine's like really thin. It's like bent over. So yeah, I normally don't use it that small.
So I'm gonna do the inner mouth here.
I also rarely use my 03. I use that a little more, but
really,
it's also pretty thin. So I normally don't use the 03 much either. I normally use the 1, the regular Sharpie, and then the 05 a lot. Yeah, I just don't like it super thin because then it like the marker gets like bent over.
Yeah.
And then like then I like lose control of it.
Sometimes. So the Wimpod has all these kind of like smaller
little details.
Yeah. So I'm gonna work in a slightly thicker one since this is actually closer to us here.
Yeah, because normally the closer you got to something, it looks like a little bigger.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna actually use a thinner marker for this here. And then I'm going to, what do you think? That's actually not too bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
I was kind of worried at first.
Yeah, the one thing I might have done.
What's up?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe make that line a little thicker. So it like fades into it.
At the very least, it creates a little more variation. I'm definitely going to fill in one part of the mouth here. I'm kind of like in this area. I think I'll fill in this here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll use a thicker marker, and then I'll go around the outside here.
Yeah, that's what I sometimes do. If I'm like making something, and then we shade it in, I might like change it to a thicker marker so it doesn't take as long.
Yeah. But do you think it's come along pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
So use the thinner one just to get it, and then I'm going to use this thicker one. Because sometimes you want to people get lazy and they don't want to like use a certain marker in there. Do you think that's good?
Mm-hmm.
That 01, just to kind of add.
The other side.
Actually, I'm just going to leave that open. I don't know why.
Because like when I'm looking at it, wouldn't that be like attached? Because that's the tongue. Like wouldn't those be attached?
We'll come back to that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, like it's an odd part. Like, because would that be like the side of its mouth? Like the black part would be the back of it.
Yeah.
But would that be like the side? But like, wouldn't that also be dark?
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking like that's more deeper. That's why I kind of have that line faded in there a little bit.
Yeah, I see.
But I mean, it's not. Be honest. Do you think it's bad? Looks
No,
bad?
I like it.
Okay, good.
Okay. I mean, like it's one of those things where maybe if I had like a pencil, what I would do is like I would like have it regular, like where you are in the darker place, and then like have it like.
Oh, you mean I know what you're talking about.
Like shade it, like get it lighter and lighter as it comes out.
Maybe I could have done that shaded part a little better.
Maybe later you could do that with a pencil, maybe.
Yeah, what we should get is a bunch of. They have like these gray markers, so it's somewhere between the black and the
gray.
So
white?
yeah, so instead of having to like do something weird, you can kind of use the gray marker in there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a tail part. A little wonky there, but we'll make it work. Do you think we should do something with the eyes? Maybe like fill them in or something?
Yeah, probably. Eyes that kind of look a little weird.
Do you like how they're like smaller?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I just have one question. Is it more of like it's jumping away from something, or is it like scared, or is it like going to attack?
I do not know. And it's hard to tell because some people might not know what these are, but it does have like little crawlers at the bottom.
Yeah, like you can see on the card right there. It's like little claws, because it's also kind of like a bug.
Yeah, totally. Any parts we should emphasize a little more before I start like adding little bits of detail here and there?
Maybe you could possibly make like that part, like the coming up part, maybe a little thicker. I'm not sure.
How about do something like this? Just to show it kind of.
Yeah, you a lot of times do that type of thing.
Well, I like to do this to kind of come to show more of the action than anything else.
Mhm. A lot of times I'm afraid to like do that overlap thing that you always encourage.
Well, you never know until you try. So those round things are kind of bubbles.
Little pebbles too.
Pebbles, bubbles.
Rockles.
Yeah. One thing I'd probably definitely fix is maybe around the eyes. I feel like it's all a little too even.
Yeah. I mean, that one's a little bigger, but.
Yeah, and that's actually a little thinner. I mean, it looks thinner. That's adding a little bit more variation. Is it okay?
Uh-huh.
And I'll get back my one.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna fix. What should I do with that tail? Because I feel like it's almost too thick. Maybe I should just vary it a little bit so it's like.
Maybe like put like a thinner liner like there, or I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe I can just add this like.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe make. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Something like that. Kind of almost in the way it's looking. It looks almost like it could like be ready to like flip its tail and like hit something with it. Not sure.
Yeah.
Just like almost looks like it's like jumping out, like jumping off of like a rock.
Oh yeah, 100%. Maybe would have made those a little thinner, but I'm okay
at first I couldn't tell if maybe you want to like put some like water bubbles, because like you said it was underwatery. But
more bubbles? Those aren't enough?
Sure.
I can add some.
I'm not sure, like above it, because it kind of like I just thought it was like kind of like jumping off of a rock at first before you told me.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like what's happening. I mean, it's kind of like it can only jump off the ground so much. So it's kind of contorting its body. So anyways, that's about it. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel or like the video. And take care. Bye.
Bye.